Kelly. See? See? Good girl. What a good girl. You're a good girl. You're such a good girl. You're such a good girl. You are a good girl. You're a good girl. Kelly is here saying hello, hello. I love you too. I love you too. I love you. I do. I love you so much. You are definitely a loved, beloved creature. Yes, you are. What? Did you hear something? What was that? Well, I love you. Can you let me talk to these folks now? Can you let me talk? Are you gonna let me talk? Giving me a little bit of extra love, huh? Well, I do appreciate that. I do. I appreciate it. Yes, I do. Thanks, baby. Hello, hello. Hello out there. How are you? It, excuse me. Boy, Grimmer, do you mind handing me my tea? I forgot to bring it over here. Thanks, love. Ooh, let me get a little sip. Little tea. Little taro. Little 420. You know, Callie is in the process. Well, I should say she's been in the process of shedding for about what 2 weeks now, Grim?
Yes.
It's probably one of the worst husky hair blowouts we've experienced since she's been part of our family. It's horrible. It's everywhere. As a matter of fact, before we hold the Mystic Fair tomorrow, we're going to have to vacuum off all of the pews because it's like there's just these white husky hairs settled on every dark surface. Ah, my goodness. So hello and welcome to 420 Tarot, 420 Tea and Tarot, I should say. And the reason I made that name change a while ago is I'm actually planning on reading tea leaves here once in a while. It's not quite as, it's not my favorite form of divination, although I do like it. But I've never really tried it in a group setting like this, like I do when I pull tarot cards. So I thought I would give it a go here in the 2024. But I haven't done that yet. But that's what the title is for. Plus, I drink a lot of tea. If you know me, I drink a lot of tea. I really miss my red rose though, Grim. I have this.
Nobody around here sells it.
I know nobody sells it here. You have to buy Lipton or no, and I don't like Lipton.
Oh, there's that other off-brand rose red that doesn't work.
No, that's not quite as good. So hello everyone. How are you? I see Susan is here. I see Karen Berkentine Springer is here. Angela Turley, Jane Husky, Michelle Kleckler Caps. I love saying that name. JB, Shelby, Brandon, and Victoria Williams. So great. I'm so glad you guys are here. Um there was Angela, that sounds good. A fresh pitcher of peach tea. We'll be right over. Got one of your hats on today. I got the one with the little string that I have not yet attached a spider to, but we will get to that. So how is everyone? Um, I know that we didn't go live Monday or Wednesday, and that's why today I felt like I really needed to at least let you see my face, let you know that everything's okay. Um, and it truly is. But something that I've come to realize over the last several days is that in all of the teaching and um, healing that I do and that Grimm does, I think that what I'm going to do in the future for 420ish tea and tarot is actually schedule a planned reset week. We are doing that with our Root and Read mentorship program that we are running right now. And there are, I think there are 10 people involved in that right now. It's going really, really well. But I realized that, you know, the way I kind of work, maybe it's, I don't even know why this is, but I will run, spiritually speaking, until I crash into a wall. And then you end up not hearing from me for a few days, and I'm having to cancel 420 at the last minute because my body needs a reset once in a while. And I'm sure Grimm's does too. So I know for a fact that I am committed to every 6 weeks or so having a reset week where I will let you guys know in advance so you don't have to wonder if 420 tarot is going to happen. You don't have to look for me out there. You'll know it's a reset week. And I will coordinate those reset weeks with the Root and Read class so you don't have to worry about getting two different reset weeks. It's all going to be in the same one, but that's the week where I'm going to go dormant for a while, not answer as many questions, not be available quite as much, just because I do need those reset moments. And it's taken me this long to figure it out. I don't know how many years I've been doing 420 tarot now. I think we're coming up on 3, maybe 4. I don't know, maybe 4.
I think that sounds right.
And I know a lot of you have been concerned about my health, and a lot of you have been around when my health kind of crashes. So I'm I'm focused on moving forward, not allowing that to happen anymore. Um,
It
I'm
goes beyond the physical though too. We need time to integrate our own spiritual thinking.
well, that's exactly what it is, because even during 420ish tarot like this, when I'm talking to you, and whatever resonates, but sometimes what spirit speaks through my mouth resonates with me as well. Like there's a part of me in the background going, oh yeah, that makes total sense now. And I need time to integrate, to kind of resolve and process what I learn as well, not just what knowledge we're imparting upon to other people out there, but actually take some time to integrate. And Grimm's been telling me I need to take breaks off and on for the last couple of years, but it's like I really didn't pick up the clue phone until recently. And that's part of why I wanted to come on today. I mean, part of me really wanted to just tell Susan, hey, Susan, can it? One more day is not going to make a difference. But I thought, I owe it to all of you to let you know what's going on. I am not ill. I haven't been feeling well, which was the first, wait a minute, I don't want to get into one of those deep purging cycles where I'm vomiting and feeling sick and I end up in the hospital. I don't want that this time. So this time I'm talking to my body. I'm trying to address its needs. And also, not that I don't do that, but I'm more focused on it now than I have been in the past. And also, I'm recognizing that I need to build into my schedule some time off every 6 weeks or so. And I think that's a really reasonable goal, and I know that it's something that I'd like to stick to. And you know what? Hey, I'll bet some of you really don't like to miss 420, and 420 tarot, and I love you so much, and I appreciate you. But I know there's disappointment when you're hoping that we'll go live and we don't announce it till the last minute. A lot of times I will wait to see what my energy level is around 4 o'clock, and if it's still low, I'll tell Susan I can't do it today. But see, I don't want to be that way anymore. I want to be in control of where and when I share my magic, and where and when my energy is being, shared with other people. And I do know there is a portion of spiritual attack that does come along with um, this this energy lapse that I feel every once in a while. This sort of, it affects me um, physically the most. It takes me out of the game physically when I have one of these like episodes. And doctors cannot figure out what it is. Um, my body seems to bounce right back every time. Uh, and the only thing I can say is every time I do go down that road, I do bounce back with a clearer understanding of myself and my community, which I'm grateful for. I use those healing moments to not only heal my body, but also, I'm connecting to my higher self, my soul divine, right? So, um, yeah. And when I think about all of the negative energy that I help people work through, and I don't necessarily mean, evil and dark. I just mean, negative. It's useless. It's not serving a purpose. Once they're ready to let go of a shadow, it no longer serves a purpose. What, honey? Oh, I thought you said something to me.
Oh, shadows.
Yeah, exactly. Shadows. So, um, I realize that I actively every day unwind energy from my energy field. I actively clear, and Grim does too. We both do this. This is part of our daily magical routine. But I think, how I'm always telling you guys that deep seated trauma and like some of that, the sexual trauma or the trauma that really, really, really broke trust with someone, that's stored in the abdomen, in the guts, in the intestines, and there is an entire other like brain system going on down there. No, there's not a brain, but there's a whole communication level that sort of, sub brain level that does its thing.
It is
And
kind of a brain.
stress, it is kind of a brain, and stress really um, compounds that. And I realize that when I give readings to people, even though my intention is not to take on some of their grief and pain and trauma, I realize that I do. And I know that a number of you do the same thing. And I thought I wasn't, because I've been doing this for a minute, y'all. And so I thought when somebody asks me if I'm, well protected or whatever, I'm like, yes, 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 because I do all kinds of wards and protections on the outside. But what I wasn't doing every time I gave a reading to someone who had some trauma that also triggered a trauma in me, I didn't have protections and wards from the inside necessarily. At least not the process of clearing that. I, and maybe I don't want to, because maybe that is part of my own shadow work path. Because really, helping people has helped me so much along my journey. And so I'm trying to figure out, how do I honor this space in time where I get deep. I feel depleted. And even though I know I say there's energy all around us at all times, it's a different kind of depletion. It's like I dipped below the normal line. I'm not just here at normal. I'm like below it. And I feel like there's sometimes you just need to recharge and reset to build that coffer of energy back up. And so, taking a long time and explaining what I'm trying to do, but that is what my goal is every 6 weeks, I'm going to take a little break. I'll probably make Susan a graphic that she'll put out there so that you guys will know, just a reminder. But I really think moving forward, this is a good idea. And you all need a break too once in a while, as I mentioned. Time to integrate some of this information that we talk about.
And if they need a Gussie and Grim fix, they got the YouTube now that is
Oh,
being put together.
I'm sure they can't hear you. So Grim was just reminding me that if you need, in the meantime, if you need a Gussie and Grim fix, that's so funny to say it that way. But if you need a Gussie and Grim fix, um, Shannon has been diligently uploading our past 420 tarots to YouTube on our YouTube channel, Gussie and Grim. And I think she has all of January done already. She's working on December, moving backwards. But if you'd like to revisit some of that stuff, instead of having to scroll through Facebook and figure it out, we're hopefully going to be adding one into the YouTube page on the channel, whatever it's called, every day. So, yay. Yeah, yeah. Let's pull a card. Actually, let's not pull a card. Let's light a candle because I've got a new votive in our pink lotus candle, and I just wanted to light this for you. We're going to call some energies in here with us in a moment. But this is in honor of those that gather here at the 420 Tarot, the space, this liminal space that we've created together. The pink lotus has such an important message for all of us, and um, I love how frequently now it actually pops up in my life. When I least expect it, you will find this little pink tarot here and there. Pink tarot, pink lotus. And it's interesting to me. I've met a few people now who, on their business cards or whatnot, their symbolism is the pink lotus. If you don't know about pink lotus because you're new, you should write that down on a piece of paper or somewhere that you can go do a little bit of deep diving on it, because it's a good deep dive. All right, let's center ourselves. I'm going to see who else is here. If you're here and you haven't said hello, can you please say hello, hello, hello? Jerry is here. Yeah, they can barely hear you, honey, when you talk. Jacqueline is here. Hello, all the way up from Canada. Kimmy says exhaustion straight through into your soul. Feel it. Yep, 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 yep. Deb Kirkland is here. Sage is here. Um, Crystal Walling is here. Hey, that's a name I don't get to see very often. Glad to have you, Crystal. Glad to have all of you that are here joining us today. I just lit our pink lotus candle, and I'm about to do a tiny little meditation, and then I'm going to pull a card. This meditation is really to help us get centered. My energy has been kind of scattered this week too, even though I've been resting. So I just kind of want to pull things in together with all of us as we go into this weekend. I know some people are visiting family, some people are going to a funeral, some people are doing both. Some people are buying a new house. Some people are breaking up with a boyfriend. Some people are going to a rally. I mean, there's just all sorts of things happening in our worlds out there. And wherever you fall, I feel like we could all take a little boost of purple witch wave energy with us. What do you say? A little 420 love. So let's, oops, that was missed. Going to her room, to their room. Okay, close your eyes if you're comfortable doing so. Mm, 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 mm. Ooh, wow. I immediately felt connected to some spirit animal energy. Immediately connected. And I feel like some of you out there already know or are connected to a spirit animal that you may have. But at the same time, it's like be open and ready for a new one to enter your space, because that's clearly the message I received before I even opened my mouth. Okay. And if you don't know about spirit animals, that's okay. It's part of the journey. You might want to look that up too. And don't rest on something solid. Make sure you read a little deeply and find out different perspectives on it. I actually got into a conversation with one of our children this weekend about spirit animals, because in their mind, um, it doesn't resonate that we should work with animal spirit energy, and so it very well may not resonate with you either. And I'm not saying it has to or should, or you can't be a follower of Gussie and Grimm if you don't believe in spirit animal energy, but we do work with it a lot. And so be open to what new animal energy may come into your presence. The way I look at it is the spirit animal energy that I work with. Those animals, call it clans. I mean, I kind of trace it back to um, my ancestry and my own past lives, where we did live in tribes, and we did have clans within those tribes: wolf clan, bear clan. And I'm not talking about strictly, people always think I'm talking Native American there. I'm not. It Spirit animal energy is prevalent in almost every culture I can think of in some form or fashion. So be open minded to it. Now let's get back to this. Thank you for being here. Whichever spirit animals are here present with us right now, I welcome your energy. We lovingly receive you, knowing that you're here to support us, to help us, to amplify our energy, our magic. In addition to that animal spirit energy, I call upon the divine, God, Goddess, Mother, Father energy, that soul light connection and past life connection, realizing that in some cases we're our own past lives. I'm sorry, our own ancestors. Our past lives, we've been our own ancestors. We've done this all before. Some might say a lot of our magic comes second nature now. Some of us just need to remember that part of ourselves, to reawaken it, remember. It's not the first time, might be the last. I call upon those ancestors that stand as guardians. I call upon our beloved dead. Any energies from the angelic or fey realms that are here, any other energies, otherkin, anywhere, that are here to support us on our path toward our understanding of spirit and self. We ask for your presence here with us today. We ask for the calmness of the earth. We ask for the calmness of the water. We ask for the calmness of the air. And we ask for the calmness of the fire. Let's find peace during this 420 time together. Let's rid ourselves of unnecessary, unwanted energy that no longer serves a purpose. Things that we need to let go of, but we might not know how. Just ask the universe now to let it go. Take it away. If it's not serving a purpose, why hold on to it? Make room for something new and wonderful to come into it. Something new, a new piece of the puzzle, a new part of finding out who you are. I ask for love and protection, wisdom and guidance. We honor you. We thank you. We light this candle in honor of you. Our hearts reach out to one another, encircling one another in this sacred space, honoring all those energies that are present now. May we approach this weekend with peace and loving calmness in our hearts. May we find ways to dispel fear and anger that we might come across. May we find a way to find our own happy. May the words I say be the words that need to be heard, and may they be heard clearly and with understanding. And so it is. So it is. And so it is. Whew, wow, that was a good one. That was a good one. talk about some recharge energy. I think I felt a lot of you when I said calmness of the elements. I felt some of you melt with me. I felt some of your energies just kind of go, oh, that's right. You know, and we didn't even relax our bodies, but I do have to tell you something that's been working really well for me. I think I talked about it a couple days ago. Mist showed me a little technique that she's learned in her therapy session. But what I've learned um, as a takeaway from the technique that she taught me is if I just, breathe deeply a few times and get myself centered, and when I'm ready, I clench up everything in my body that I can, and then I release it. Everything, mouth, eyes, feet, fingers, toes, anything that you can clench. And I find it takes me a few times to get it all because my whole body doesn't want to clench at the same time. But when you really release it, it's like this overall, it feels like whoosh, it's a lovely feeling. You should try it. All right, I'm going to pull a card for the group today. Tarot card. Oh, there she is, popping out already. Let's see what the card is. It is the Six of Cups in the reverse position. Let's see where I never know where to put this thing, even though I've been doing this for so many years. But I think you kind of get the gist. Maybe it'll look better over here. No. Oh, there. Whip. There we go. That's upside down. That's in the reverse position. This is the card in the upright. Okay. So, our topic today is sharing your magic. And this card, I love it, the Six of Cups card, because it really speaks to how frequently we give our energy away to people that don't even want it or know how to receive it. And we try and try and try, and it still doesn't always work with a person. And at what point do we start, turning that around and recognizing that we're trying and trying and not getting a lot of reciprocation? When you share your magic, you'd be surprised that you might be sharing it with more people than you know. It often will surprise me when I'm, checking my text messages for the day and someone pops up and asks me a question or shares something about their life. There's one woman who's been a member of the Purple Doors since like 2013 when we started, and I consider her, you know, uh, part of my family. I have daughters of the heart all around. I do, and she's one of them. And years ago, I was giving her a reading, and I said, I really am strongly feeling that you need to reach out and find your ancestors. Find your ancestors. It's time to start working with them. And this is before I even really worked with my ancestors, my own ancestors, very much. I was still very kind of closed off to that. Although the concept was there, I wasn't doing much with it. And I know some of you fall into that category as well. But I encouraged her, and she said, "Oh, I don't think I can. My grandmother was adopted, and so there's no lore or any kind of stories from that side of the family." And so, and we did talk about what adoption means. I mean, you kind of get a bonus family when you're adopted. You get to do research into not just your mother and father's family tree lines, but also your adopted family, because even though you're not bloodline relative, that does not matter. You were sometime, or you wouldn't be that close to the people this time. Does that make sense? Okay. So, oh, completely forgot what I was going to say, Grim. Right out the top. Right out the top. I was talking about sharing your magic, talking about giving it away, family research, telling you about, that's right. So a couple of days ago, Grim said to me that he was proud of me for being the person that I am, that people feel comfortable coming to uh, for readings and sharing their sadness and sorrows, but as well as their joys and accomplishments. And it was right about that time that I received this text message from this gal who did indeed start researching her family, and just within the last year found oodles of family members that she didn't know existed. And she just sent me a picture of herself with her newfound family, and they're all lined up at a dinner table, smiling faces. It was a wonderful day from what I could tell. But the story I took away from that was, you know what? I'm important to her, or she wouldn't have shared that picture with me. And sometimes I don't know how you are, but I'll interact with people quite often, and I don't necessarily always take the time to step back and say, you know what? Like, I'm special to that person, or they wouldn't take the time. I mean, I might not be the only one that received those pictures. She might have sent it to 30 other people for all I know. But you know what? I'm one of the 30. And I know that you have people in your life out there like that you can think of right now that you share your magic with all the time and you don't even realize you're doing it. Enough that they come back to you and love you and share moments like that of happiness and sorrow. So acknowledge that part of yourself. Don't keep reaching for the folks that aren't listening and can't understand. Reach out to the people that do get you and do feel who you are. I'm not saying blow off your family or anything like that, but there's got to be a time when you're the one that stops making all the compromises and getting nothing from the end of the deal. Something as simple as sending a picture, acknowledging that this young witch went on an ancestry research and found herself with, 20 new family members. That's magic right there. It doesn't always have to be monetary. It doesn't have to be monetary at all. As a matter of fact, for the majority of what I do with my time, it isn't monetary. It is all exchange. Keep track of where your energy goes this weekend. If you find yourself feeling askew and off balance, call in that peaceful, calming purple door energy that we just made that in that meditation we did together. Call that purple wave energy toward you. Balance yourself out. Grim, did you want to say something? Are you sure? I heard you. Okay. He says no. Anyhow, I hope that you all enjoyed our 420 talk. I do want to scroll through here and just look. Um, Michelle appreciates you being with us. Norma said she's proud. Thank you. An automated subatomic brain in the brain sounds logical to me. Yeah, research it. They're starting to decide, they being scientists, that it's not like a brain, but there's this whole other communication system in the gut that they're just now kind of starting to figure out how it even exists. Okay. What else we got here? Oh yeah, Susan, thank you, thank you. Um, oh, and Shelly got stink bob dived. Okay, sorry that you have been to a funeral, Brandon. That's never fun. Um, and Patrick, hello, hello. I've seen your name popping around here and there. Good to have you. Hi, Constance. Good to have you. All right. So Susan reminded me, and I appreciate it, that tonight at 9 p.m., I mentioned this during our little meditation there, but 9 p.m. we have Pause for Peace. This is something that we've been encouraging people to do for the last several years. I can't even remember when we started, but I think it was 2 years ago now, where we just at 9 p.m. your time, it doesn't have to be Eastern, although you can do it at Eastern with me if you want to, but wherever you live in the world at 9 p.m. Eastern, you pause, take some deep healing breaths, reconnect yourself, feet on the floor, whatever you got to do to feel connected. Maybe do that tense and let go thing at least 3 times, tense up and let go. Whatever you need to do to kind of bring that um, tension out and bring some peaceful energy in. And then as you breathe out, just imagine the loving and peaceful vibes that are emanating from you forward. That's what you send out into the world. Peaceful, loving, harmonic vibes. We are balancing that really, really weird teeter totter right now, folks. There's a lot of emphasis on the darker energy and secrets and, um, you know,
Darker occults.
right. We got to balance it. So join us at 9 p.m. your time. Also, the 28th of every month, we do a Purple Door Witch Wave. It includes a meditation similar to what we did here, and usually a ritual involving, we burn things a lot. So, usually burning a piece of paper or whatnot. So, if you join us, sometimes we have a list of materials you'll need for that month. But as of right now, for February 28th, we don't yet, but that doesn't mean we won't. So, stay tuned. Also, if you visit our website, www.openthepurpledoor.com, you will find a chat bot that opens up. And Grimm has been so proud of this little cauldron of knowledge that he's created. It has all kinds of witchy information in there. And sometimes we'll, I know we're interacting with a bot, but it trolls the information that Grimm has provided and gives out info on witchcraft related subjects. So if you can think of something, I even saw somebody went in there. I can't see who asked the question, but we can see what questions were asked, and that's been really fun to figure out. If there's a pattern in what people are asking for. But somebody asked, "What is the purple door?" Right?
Yeah.
And that was a great answer. So if you're interested and you have time to read it, it was quite long. You just have to go to the chat and say, "What is the
Well, that
purple door?"
about the reason that we're doing this is to offset all of the AIs out there that sterilize magic topic.
Okay, I'll tell them that. The reason Grimm started working on this project is because there are so many AI programs out there right now that you know folks are using that as their new way to search topics and learn about more of their world. However, when you get into the pagan territory, the witchy territory, a lot of those AI will shut down. They'll say this goes against community standards. Grimm and I have run into several roadblocks that way where it says, it being AI, that it can't recommend what we're asking for because it isn't helpful to the community. And I'm paraphrasing and whatnot, but you understand. So he's been building this chatbot that's specifically formulated for, folks like us who think offbeat. We're witches, pagans, heathens. We're interested in Bigfoot. We understand aliens exist. There's just that's us. It's us, and that bot won't tell you that you're full of hooey because you believe this way, or tell you that you're doing something wrong against the community because you believe this way. Um, so check that out. I think you might find it fun. I also wanted to invite you to the Purple Door Artisan Guild. If you're not a member of the Artisan Guild, you can find it on Facebook. We've had a couple of artists that have been sharing their work in there. I know Constance does quite frequently, but John LaPlante has been in there sharing his blacksmithery. And I know Siege has been gearing up to share more work in there. It isn't all work for sale. It is the original intention of the Artisan Guild was for those of us that feel creative or used to. Maybe when you were a kid, I know I used to draw, and I painted, I drew, I sculpted, I loved it. I took advanced art courses in high school and college, but then I let it dwindle and life took over and I had a family and my career didn't turn in that direction. But there's still such a calling for me to create and mold and shape and draw. And I know a lot of you feel that way too. That Artisan Guild is to celebrate ourselves building, creating, drawing. It's watching our little inner maker bloom forward, right? It is encouraging to help one another see. That's great. And I know some of the jewelers, people that, make jewelry for themselves or for sale, have connected with each other in the background, so that's cool. But please feel free to join that Artisan Guild and share, even if you just sketch here and there. That's what we want. We don't need to have big major pieces of artwork sold. That's not what it's about. However, if you do want to sell your pieces of artwork on the Purple Door website, we'd love to have more artists in there. We only have a few right now because, frankly, Grim and I just don't have the time to sit and try to nurture folks to want to join us. I don't have time to send them out letters and have you checked out the Purple Door and blah, blah, blah. I'm just doing so many other things. But if you know of someone that might benefit from it, we do have a marketplace and you are allowed to sell on the Purple Door on Mondays. During the week, you can sell, if you're in the Artisan Guild, you can sell in the Artisan Guild marketplace anytime. I think that's enough. I'll talk about other guilds later, but that's the Artisan Guild for now. I hope that you have a remarkable weekend. I hope that you remember to pull in that calming, loving energy when you need it. I hope that you pause for peace tonight at 9 p.m. I don't know what our focus word is for today, but I know Susan will let us know. So go to the Purple Door and you will find a post that has pause for peace and one word, like surrender or love or harmony or whatever. And that is your focus word for the night. So that all being said, love ya. Have a great weekend. Wish us luck tomorrow at the Mystic Fair and stay magical.